render unto Caesar, prophecy, prophet, and proof of work in the dim age. Written and read by Vin Armani. A few words before the journey. Bitcoin led me to a better understanding of money, God, and myself. Bitcoin led me to write this book. In the fall of 2017, just a few months after I published my book Self-Ownership, The Foundation of Property and Morality, I began working on the software that would become the foundation for Cointext, a company I founded in 2018 with 2 other partners. An initial seed round of venture capital funding from a group of investors allowed my company to build innovative Bitcoin-based products and drove me deep into the philosophical guts of Bitcoin. In the years since then, my primary professional focus has been this weird, almost alien technology revealed to the world in 2008 by a mysterious and pseudonymous figure called Satoshi Nakamoto. Self-ownership ends with a prophecy of the coming of an emergent new culture and a particular sort of individual. I called this individual the crypto savage. As the name implies, the crypto savage is a hidden outsider, a person operating in an existing mainstream culture while simultaneously embodying a new and very different culture. In times past, it was the external savage who brought new mimetic mutations to a culture. Explorers from one culture would leave out from their homeland, find some savage new territory, and bring home new foods, tools, and even people whose mimetic influence would change the original culture. Both tomatoes and potatoes are native to the Americas. Could you imagine Italian food without tomatoes? Or Irish culture without potatoes? The encounter with the savage can change culture to the core. There are no more external savages. I am writing these words from one of the most remote places in the world, the island of Saipan, in the Marianas Island chain. At this moment, I'm watching containers full of goods being unloaded from merchant ships in the port. I can order goods from many thousands of miles away via digital communication platforms and be assured of their delivery in weeks or days. The new wilderness is a digital one. The new savage is living next door to you at this very moment. After 2 years of building my business and exploring Bitcoin, I realized that the system and technology I was mastering was not what thought leaders in my industry were claiming that it was. Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin is not, as is the common refrain, digital gold. Bitcoin allows the creation of global, decentralized networks for reciprocity and the transfer of value based on quantifiable units of labor, algorithmic calculations known as hashes. It was this revelation that repeatedly sent my consciousness to the render unto Caesar story from the Gospels. Might this story be a prophecy? If so, is Bitcoin a fulfillment of that prophecy? It was the exploration of these questions that resulted in this book. I believe that we are on the cusp of a great shift in our species' development. We are becoming something new. Old systems of thought and behavior are not solving the problems created by our newfound power. We want to leave the planet and travel the stars, but our communal consciousness is, in many ways, rooted in the Stone Age. Our understanding of ourselves and the other is not aligned with the world in which we live, where the other has functionally ceased to exist. The work you are about to read is the understanding that I have brought back from a journey into the spirit of our age. It is an understanding of where we are, where we can go, and the vehicle with which we can cover the distance. This book is a series of essays organized into 3 sections: prophecy, prophet, and proof of work. Sandwiching the sections are short parables, stories meant to properly organize and orient your consciousness, logos, so that the content of each section will shine forth with meaning. Prophecy explores the nature of the current shift that our species is experiencing. We are moving from a material age into a mystical, immaterial age. Our lives are increasingly lived in the digital plane, a world where the laws of physics and biology are irrelevant. Combined with an alienation from the physical technology that we use to operate in that world, our existence is taking on a quality that can best be described as magical. In the prophecy section, the relationship between the material and mystical worldview is outlined. The move into the mystical will also see an emergence of religious thinking and a deep desire by many individuals to find God. I present a framework for my own understanding of the Christian Trinitarian God in a form that will help those moving from the material worldview transition more easily into the mystical worldview. The framework I outline for the Trinity helped me add daily mystical prayer to my life and has been the most rewarding aspect of the work required to manifest this book. Profit is an exploration of the nature of money and the problem that the discovery of money solved for our ancestors. This problem was an inability to form reciprocal relationships with individuals at a scale beyond a group size of about 200 people. Money made civilization. Money was necessary due to a lack of highly evolved global communication networks. However, we live in an era of highly evolved global communication networks. We need to press the reset button on our understanding of the purpose and power of money itself. Economies in the digital realm are built on new, mystical stuff, so those who are going to survive and thrive in the new age will be those who solve the ancient problems with new eyes. Culture and society are founded on systems of reciprocity. The profit section is meant to take you into what binds us to one another at the level of the mimetic atom. Proof of work is an exploration of the mystical nature of Bitcoin. As I write these words, Bitcoin is only 11 years old. The technology is incredibly powerful and incredibly misunderstood. Generations from now, these early days of Bitcoin's history will be looked back on as formative but primitive. Satoshi is gone. The earliest Bitcoin saints have little to no influence. We are in the time of an early, floundering church, at best. For the first time, there is a chance for a global economic framework controlled by no one, ruled by the very mathematical rules that govern reality. Bitcoin is that which should properly be rendered unto God. The proof of work section is a starting point for philosophical exploration of a technology that conceivably could be the foundation on which global and even interplanetary society rests. I want you to see Satoshi's revelation with the eyes with which I have come to see it. If you have ever read my work in the past, the style of this book will come as no surprise. While each essay is relatively short, they are admittedly dense with information. My guess is that one reading during one period of your own personal evolution will be insufficient to pull all of the concepts from this treatise. I've done my best to go deep enough on my journey into these ideas that this book will still be relevant and revelatory for my children's children. Thank you for the courage to now take the journey with me. Enjoy it. I certainly have. Vin Armani, February 19th, 2021. Saipan.